Travelling Italy or Europe has never been easier. And welcome back. I'm doing this video, don't know when I'm posting it, but just before I go, because it's all hot and in my head at the minute whilst I do it. It's very impromptu, hence why I probably don't seem like I've rehearsed this at all. I'm saying loads. Let's try not to do that. So, the biggest thing we've been going travelling, and I've done a couple of videos on this already, but actually the hardest thing that I've found is actually finding the right information. So you need about three, 4 or 5 things to go travelling in Europe, but in particular in Italy, there's a few more rules. You've got to make sure you have the right things sorted before you go, otherwise it's all hell breaks loose and we just don't need that. So for Italy, you need 4 things. Number 1 is your passenger locator form. You've got to have this done, and you can find this out just from Googling it, and a lot of travel agents may do this on your behalf or tell you that you need to do it. But the one that I found really difficult was actually finding the answers of doing this for backpacking or visiting multiple locations, because when you're filling this out, you actually need to put where you're staying, like your temporary residence, and when you're backpacking, you're staying at lots of them. So I was like, well, do I need to fill it out for every place that I'm staying, or do I need to, just do one overall one, or do I just do one and put my first location? And it was just getting a little bit confusing. I was end up on all these Italian websites and using Google Translate to translate the text because it didn't have an English format, and it was really annoying. So basically, what you need to do is on this, you just put your first location. At the moment, as of recording this, unless the rules change, but that's all you need to do. You can find this literally on the Gov UK website from the UK. Don't trust every other site. It's free to do. You don't need to pay. And there are a couple of scammers out there, but Gov UK website, I personally find it a bit difficult to use. I don't think it's very straightforward for backpacking. It is just for general holidays, but it has got the link to the right form that you need to fill in, and then you do that, and you need to do that before you go. You need to do it. And also, that is only relevant for France, Italy, Malta, and Slovakia. Your next thing is your COVID pass or your negative lateral flow or negative test. Once again, I am not the law on this. This is just what I found from research as of recording this. But your NHS COVID pass is fine. You can use that, as obviously it shows that you've done a negative test, and they can scan it and it's relevant, and you can also check how many vaccinations you've had. Let's not go into that debate, but it does make your life easier if you've had 3 vaccinations. I believe you only need 2. Once again, prior research, but getting 3 just makes your life a bit easier, so you can do that. But if you're not vaccinated or anything, you just need to provide a negative test for Italy. Some other countries are different, but once again, mainly for Italy, you just need to do that. And then when you're there, or before you go, you can get the super green pass, which I'll do another video on if I find it relevant. But in Italy, they have a green pass and a super green pass, which you need if you want to go into like nightclubs, theatres, anything like that. Your NHS COVID app from the UK is normally okay, but obviously it depends on, I don't know, how rural you go, and just if they know that that's relevant, or if they're looking just for the Italian one. You can get an app on your phone for it. You can get it online. But once again, just check that, see if you need it. It's different for every single person, but it's very similar to just the UK NHS COVID pass, an app that we have as well. Number 3, that in Europe, in particular in Italy, once again, you do need to have a certain type of mask. So I didn't know this, but throughout, obviously, I knew there was different grades, but throughout COVID, and predominantly in the UK, we've always used them like blue ones that you just see in like normal hospitals and things, or your reusable, or so on and so on. In Europe, but in particular in Italy, you need to have a certain grade of mask. This is like non-negotiable. I've just found out they've actually just changed the rules. You actually had to wear one all times in public, so even just walking down the street. Now you still need a mask, once again with me going for back end of April and May, unless they change it last minute, of a certain type of mask. So you need this one, which is like a surgical mask. So it's the FFP2 or the KN95 is the one that's on it. It just says it there. You need that one, so it's a surgical mask, so it's a bit more filtration and so on and so on, but you need that one. And that was lucky that I just found that. I didn't know that information, no matter how many articles that I've Googled or anything like this, or blogs. It's actually a video on TikTok where I found it, and the guy in the airport got told that he didn't have the right mask on. They did have them in the vending machine, so you don't exactly just get abandoned with it. But I just bought a box of them, so I'll just take this box with me, not sponsored. I've just got these, and then I just will keep them all in my bag. because that is the type of mask you need in the airport, and obviously anything else along the lines as well, unless the rules change. So get them before you go, because over there I can imagine they're quite expensive. And one of the last things, got asked quite a lot that, you know, is COVID making my life hard work when travelling? To be honest, no. COVID isn't. It's not COVID at all. From the UK, it's actually Brexit. Brexit is what... Remember that? Remember that thing from all that time ago? It's actually Brexit that's making my life a little bit difficult. Because before you didn't need a visa or so on and so on to go travelling. Now, like I said, the Schengen, I'm probably butchering that visa, which means that you can only travel for a maximum of 90 days. And then with a 180-day break, then you can travel for a further 90. So basically 3 months, 6 months off, they can travel for another 3 months. There is calculators online. I will drop a link below of where you can find that out and just work out how many days. So this actually works out with normal holidays, not just backpacking or going for business. This is so you don't need a work visa if you wanted to stay longer. Just apply for a work visa. But they're really hard at the moment to get hold of, once again, as of recording this. So we have a couple more trips booked in the future, like going with a friend to Berlin for a few days. That all affects that 90 days. So I will be travelling for no more than 60 days, as humanly possible. Obviously, maybe 1 or 2 days fluctuating that. And then obviously I'll have 30 days left. That's called maths. But you can use that calculator. So if you have had a couple of holidays this year so far, or you think within the last 180 days, you put the dates that you travelled and so on, and it tells you how many days you've got left and when it renews and everything like that. But it's a really key thing, because obviously now we're not an EU citizen. If you are there longer than the 90 days, you are technically trespassing, which is a big no-no. We don't want to be doing that. And a big tip that I got given, and I am going to be doing this, is go to a travel agent and just ask them. Even if you didn't book through them, like I'm just saying I've got a surprise holiday booked. It's a white lie. I've got a surprise holiday booked through them. A bit anxious about the rules. Can they just tell me? They will be up to date. Just go and ask them. Like I said, you might not have to do a little white lie, but I was wondering, well, if I haven't booked through them, why would they help me? So, you know, you can ring airlines and things, but you can be sat on hold. If you can just go to a high street holiday shop, just go in and ask them. They probably will know the rules and do it that way, and makes your life a lot easier. Thank you for watching that video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the next video right here.